Now, before I start saying anything, I just want to highlight that this is pure discussion and my personal opinion on the nerf on Starlium Scythe. Obviously, I'm not just gonna say they nerfed it for no reason without giving a reason. So here are my thoughts. Essentially, Starlium Scythe deals high-frequency true damage in the late game with limited counter options. Keyword, limited counter options. I'll come back to that in a bit. Since most magic assassins are better suited for burst-orient equipment. Again, keyword, most. They preserve the burst potential but reduce its trigger frequency. So now, instead of activating every 1.5 seconds, it activates every 5 seconds. And I'll show you guys in a bit. And they also added a new effect where it reduces the target's movement speed by 40%. And they removed the 10% movement speed. Now, what am I trying to say? Moonton basically nerfed this item because of the limited counter options. They didn't say that there was no counter options, but what they failed to realize is that there's a very small hero pool that uses this item, and a lot of them are not assassins. After looking through carefully, these are a few heroes who can use this item. Joy, Sylvana, Selena, Karina, Guinevere, Harith, Esmeralda, Nathan, and Bane. So let's count together how many assassins there are that use this item. Or do you guys get what I'm trying to say? Out of the few that I mentioned, there are only 6 assassins who can use this item. Joy, Julian, Selena, Gushin, Eamon, and Karina. I think Munton likes a cherry pick. What I mean by this is that you don't understand the multiple possibilities and playstyles a character can have. Like, one good example is Bane. He can utilize both physical and magical damage. Now, since we love ruling out the minority, which is assassins, what about the others who use this item? The others I mentioned are fighters, marksmen, and mages. What about them? Why are we nerfing something based on the minority? There are a few assassins who can use this item. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this does not make any sense. And they're also justifying this nerf based on the limited counter options. Yes, I will agree, there may not be a lot of good defense options, but how many times are you gonna get a Joy, Selena, or Karina in your game? Joy is banned almost all the time. Selena got nerfed, and Karina in this meta is basically unplayable. So tell me, how many times are you gonna see these 6 heroes? Or one of them? Now you guys might be like, Celeste, what about the other heroes who can use Starlium? That's the thing, they can most certainly use Starlium. However, most of them have better item options. Guinevere, Joy, Sylvana, Esmeralda, and Bane most certainly can use Starlium, but do they have other options which are better? Yes, they do. What I'm trying to say here is that Starlium is still a situational item. Just because it's a niche item to a limited hero pool does not mean it needs to be nerfed. And another thing that in my opinion Mumton fails to realize is that to activate Starlium you have to use a basic attack after using a skill. Now hopefully what I'm about to say is not old news to anybody. Since MOBB is a very fast-paced game, taking one more second in your combo can be detrimental, especially characters who can't use basic attacks all that often, depending on team comps, counters, etc. Now, the next thing I'm about to say might not be a big issue, but it's still kind of a minor issue. The only way you can increase Starlium's true damage is by building more magic power. Now, say you were to build Starlium as your first item, which I would say most of the assassins I mentioned would build it as their first item. It won't be doing that much. And another thing that I want to mention is that Starlium is one of the few items that can counter tanks. Again, keep in mind that only a limited hero pool can use it. So again, nerfing a niche item just because it has a limited hero pool, I don't know. Now, is this nerf enough to say that Starlium Scythe is a bad item for certain heroes? Definitely not. But it definitely won't be as good as it was. And in this gameplay, I'm gonna hopefully show you that Starlium Scythe is still good. In addition to offering more benefits, such as a decent magic power, cooldown reduction, which is a green flag for Selena, hybrid lifesteal, and mana regen. So you wouldn't have to build mana boots. You could go for more offensive options such as cooldown shoes or penetration. My rotation usually consists of me helping the jungler and then giving vision to both middle bushes with my traps. After that, what I do is just camp and try to give vision. And where I'm needed, I'll go. Now, honestly, I feel like if your battle spell could save your life, don't hesitate to use it. In my opinion, if this Kagu used her battle spell a little bit earlier, it might have been better for her. So I tried to snipe out this Melissa, but then I keep getting stuck on like those rocks. But then I saw Florin on the map and I swapped targets to her. Since both the roamer and the marksman are dead, I'm just gonna place a trap in a bush and then rotate to the mid lane. Another tip I would give you guys is don't reveal yourself for nothing. The only time I reveal myself is to harass the enemies. If the enemies don't know where you are, then you're gonna hit your arrows more often. Although we couldn't snipe out this Florin, we still got her flicker. And since Florin in the early game is honestly a very weak hero, that's really good. At this point, we already had the turtle guaranteed. If the enemies were to try to contest the turtle, then they would be in a bad position anyway. It would be better to just sell the turtle and just farm elsewhere. Now, this is another situation. It was my bad for not checking the bush, and Melissa ended up jumping me. But again, in situations like this, you shouldn't panic, because Melissa doesn't have much damage in the early game, meaning I could easily 1v1 her. I saw Alucard trying to take the Leto, so I honestly was trying to snipe him out, but instead I stole his jungle. Now, I'm not a hater, and I'm always like, play whatever you want, but I don't understand why they picked Alucard into our comp. We had 3 CC heroes. Now, I do notice Thamus trying to get a bit greedy, so we'll try punish him. However, he still has his battle spell, which is Vengeance, and his damage is crazy. Especially if you don't know what to do, then camp. Yes, I know it may be boring, but camping is a strategy, and I kind of do it all the time anyway. Especially in situations where you have objectives such as the turtle, lord, or buffs. All I wanted to do here was just force out Melissa's ult and maybe even something else, which was her battle spell. So now she doesn't have ult and battle spell for a while. Since Lord was about to spawn, I was telling my team to go to the Lord. The faster we prepare, the easier the Lord will be. And Selena honestly makes that really easy. It's like you have a whole base in here. I was trying to ping Roger to take the Lord since we had them all pressured over here, meaning the chances of them contesting is like none. Unfortunately, Two of our teammates are dead, and our lord is gone. So we should play a bit defensively and not let them get any more kills. Because if they get more farm, then we're kind of screwed. Since their comp is really good for the late game. It was really good that Badang actually checked that bush, because I thought my trap had vision on that bush. Again, Lord is fun, so it's important to check as much bushes as you can. And if you have the means to pressure and zone out your enemies, then do so. I saw that my team was about to fight, but I was here clearing the lanes. And I'm trying to tell my team to not engage before I get there. I got too greedy and I kind of died. Since the circumstances were not in our favor the last Lord fight, we have to take the Lord again. I saw Alucard in the mid lane, and my instincts were kicking. All I kind of wanted to do was just pressure him, and basically insinuate that if he were to try take the Lord or come near the Lord, then we would probably kill him. You know, I really appreciate the effort of hiding, but Alucard, you are not sneaky. I feel like it was this one play which kind of gave us the advantage here. I feel like a large portion of my damage comes from Starlium Scythe. And honestly, I don't really think there are much better options for Selena to be replaced with Starlium Scythe. Not to say that you have to use Starlium, but I think it's still a really good item for her, especially since she performs basic attacks here and there. What do you guys think of the Nerf Starlium Scythe? Is it justified? I would love to hear you guys' opinions.